she stopped me dead in my tracks and started crying hysterically and told me that she was being molested.
A father in anguish, fighting to find out why his daughters were left in what he calls a dangerous environment after one of them reported abuse.
Team 10 investigator Allison Ash joins us now with a lawsuit that claims both the sheriff's department and his daughter's school should pay up. Allison.
Yeah, he blames them because under both state and federal law, sheriff's deputies and school officials are mandatory reporters. That means they must report child abuse and neglect. In the case of his two little girls, he claims they dropped the ball.
I reacted like any father would react.
And like any father, he wants his identity hidden to protect his daughters.
I first got emotional because I couldn't believe that this actually had happened to my daughter.
It was nearly 2 years ago when his oldest, who at the time lived with her mother, told him her half-brother had been sexually assaulting her for years.
It broke me. It was hard for me to process all of this because as quickly that I had found out that it happened to my oldest daughter, I found out just as fast that it also happened to my youngest daughter.
The youngest daughter then revealed that in March of 2012, she tried to tell someone. She wound up in the office at Sunnyside Elementary School with the principal, a San Diego County Sheriff's deputy, and her mom. Her dad claims having her mother in the room pressured the girl to back off on her story.
You just can't let it go in one ear and out the other and assume that, oh, the child misunderstood rape and wrestling. I didn't know what to do.
I take it you were angry.
I was very angry, very distraught.
According to this civil lawsuit filed on behalf of his daughters, the father did what the lawsuit ultimately claims the school and the deputy should have done: reported the abuse allegations to Child Protective Services.
Right away, they took him out of that environment and placed him in a safe environment as I expected them to.
CPS did an investigation, and the father says charges were filed against the brother. But this dad says his daughter's pain could have and should have ended much earlier.
Someone dropped the ball along the way, and that because of someone's failure, that these girls suffered immense emotional sexual abuse.
Lorraine Nesbitt is handling the lawsuit against the Chula Vista Elementary School District and the Sheriff's Department on the grounds that since the two are mandated child abuse reporters, they should have filled out this form required by California law, which would have eventually landed in the inbox at Child Protective Services.
The principal just screwed this up.
Civil attorney Dan Gillian is helping the father through this case.
When that principal called the mom, she actually called the person who the CPS later blamed for all of this. She actually tipped off the wrongdoer herself. And that was a complete bungling of this investigation right from the beginning.
A school district spokesman said they can't comment on pending litigation. But in this court document contesting the lawsuit, it basically says the district complied with the terms of the law by reporting the abuse allegations to the sheriff. The sheriff's legal response says its employees are immune from liability, and that in this circumstance, the sheriff's department was not the reporting party and did not have a reporting duty. County counsel would not go on camera, but did tell me the sheriff's deputy who came out here was experienced in child abuse cases and did investigate, but found no basis to take any action.
The system let them down.
The girls left the Chula Vista Elementary School District right after the CPS investigation and are now living with their dad as he fights to make sure what happened to them doesn't happen to any other children. Now, the dad wants a jury trial on this, but both the Chula Vista Elementary School District and the county, which represents the Sheriff's Department, have filed demurrers, which is the legal way of saying they don't think this father has a legal leg to stand on, and the next court appearance is going to be in
early September, September 4th.
So how can the Sheriff's Department and the school district claim that they did the right thing?
Well, the law is really complicated, and one of the key things, I want to get the word right, is that they have to have a reasonable suspicion that the abuse took place. And so there's kind of a loophole in the law. We'll hear tomorrow from a school administrator, not from this district, a different one, who's been around for years and years and who says she would have handled this entirely differently.
All right, look forward to that. All right, thank you, Allison.
Allison, thank you. All right, Team 10 is always working to get you results. If you have a story you'd like us to check out, just email us at team10@10news.com.